If you want to learn how to erase coronavirus stress, then you've got to watch this video. I know that might sound ridiculous, but trust me and bear with me here just for a few minutes while I help you to not only erase coronavirus stress, erase the stress, but to help you understand this is not only key for your survival, but it's key to your success in both your personal and professional life. And when we're dealing with the challenges like we are dealing with right now, if you can learn these tools now, imagine what they can do for you when times are better. So this is the perfect opportunity for you to learn the very teachings from my #1 bestseller book, Stressless Success. I go into great detail in this book, which is available on Amazon and in bookstores and libraries, but I'm going to share with you just some key things here today. I'm going to continue to share with you ongoing, so please follow along in the weeks following so that I can share all this great information with you. Hi, I'm Janet McKee, speaker, best-selling author, success coach, and CEO of SanaView, here to share very powerful information to help you live a better life. Everything is energy. You may have heard me mention that before. And I go into incredible detail in my book with the scientific research behind this. But please understand this idea, or begin to understand or be aware of the idea that everything is energy. And not to get real scientific, but scientific researchers have proven that everything is energy. Everything is made up of atoms, and inside the atom, in the subatomic level it's called, everything is fluid and flowing of energy. And what they discovered is the power of our thoughts. And what I've discovered is a little bit deeper, where those thoughts create feelings that create an energy vibration that you feel within you. You can sense it, but you also give off, and that affects the reality of your life. And we know this by people having a sixth sense, right? If somebody walks in and they're really angry, miserable, and you can see it in their facial expressions, but let's say you're not even looking at them, you can sense it. Same thing as somebody walks in and they're hopeful and joyful and inspired. It's almost like you want to spend more time with them. You want to be around them because it feels so good. Well, this is exactly what we need to address right now around the coronavirus pandemic. What I'm going to do here is help you understand this so that I give you your power back, right? Whatever we give our focus to, our feelings to, our energy to, that's what we feed. That's what gets the power. And unfortunately right now, and I understand, me too, we are all focused on this virus that's spreading around the world and what's happening in the financial markets and our economy and our jobs. And all of this focus on the virus is giving the virus the power and the energy. And let me ask you, do you want to live every day in fear and give your power away to some virus? Or do you want to have the power within you to create a better outcome for you and your family right here, right now? I am sure the answer is yes, which is why you're here listening to me right now on this crazy video. But let's look at this. I want you to learn how to read your energy. Just a few minutes before getting behind the camera here, my son and I, Nathan, he works with me in the business, we were sitting there doing notes and brainstorming on this very video. And I said, how's your energy right now? Let's check on our energy. And both of us were like, well, we had better energy last week. We're noticing that this week our energy seems to be just a little bit more compromised in a way. It's not bad. We're not in fear because we don't live in fear, but we're not as elevated as we usually are. So what I did is I said, okay, I got to stop. I got to get myself some lunch, get a good glass of water, and go out in the woods for a walk. And when I did, as I'm walking, I found myself looking down on the ground, and then I'm like, okay, wait a minute. And I looked up in the sky and the trees, and all of a sudden my energy uplifted and expanded. And I said, that's exactly the energy that I need to have before I get behind the camera to share with you. Why? Why is this so important? Because like a radio dial, okay, let's say you want to listen. I've said this before, I'm just repeating. You want to listen to hard rock. you're not going to dial to classical, right? Let's say you want to listen to talk radio. You're not going to dial to the hard rock station. So it's kind of the same thing with your energy. Think of your own being, yourself, as a radio dial. And whatever you're dialing into within you, whatever you dial into is what you give off, and that's what you're going to receive. So it's very important that you start to become aware to this energy that you are and that you're giving off. And when you learn to not only, number one, become aware of your energy, but you learn these very important tools that are detailed in my book, Stressless Success, these tools to help you, be aware, and then let's start making shifts to expand and elevate your energy. Your life will expand and elevate in every area. And I want that to be crystal clear. This is, and I don't mean to sound arrogant, this is the secret to life. And it's very important right now that we understand the secret to life so that we can have a better impact on what's happening around the world. So what are you dialing into right now? Are you dialing into the station of fear? And if you are, it's okay. I sometimes too, and I catch myself feeling just kind of down over what's happening. But it's now, let's do some things to shift that radio dial. And I want you to know that you have all of that within you. You are the one dialing the radio. So you've got the power, and it's a matter of making a choice. It's a matter of making a choice between classical, hard rock, talk radio, whatever, pop rock. You're going to make that choice. And isn't that so empowering to know that you can make the choice within you? So let's look at this. When you're experiencing fear, that is the number one source of stress. And I already talked in my blog video last week, and if you haven't checked it out, please go to our website at SanaView.com and check our blog. And I go into a lot of detail on this. So when you're stressed because you are feeding the fear, right? You're allowing that fear to take over within you. It not only makes it impossible to think clearly, to help you make the right decisions to create a better outcome for you, because blood drains from your brain to your extremities. I go into all that last week. But also it suppresses your immune system. And so important right now for you to have a strong immune system, which we're going to talk about in detail next time. And I did a little bit last time. But the idea here is that we are allowing these thoughts of fear, these feelings of fear, this energy of fear to be our main energy source right now. We're generating a lot of fear, and we're thinking about this virus, and we're giving that virus the energy and the power, which all of this, by the way, is creating more of the issue around the world. That might sound a little bit outrageous to you, and I'm sorry, but just know that the more we all focus on this virus and give it a lot of fear, the more it will continue to spread. So this is why it's really important too, that not only for the world, but for your own success, that we pay attention to this. But what happens right now is you hear, or you've heard before, you just need to think positively. Just have a positive mindset and everything will be fine. Well, you cannot have a positive mindset right now about what's happening in the world. I mean, let's face it, it's concerning, and I'm not diminishing the concern. And when people just say, just think positively, people become very frustrated because you cannot, and it doesn't work. And as a matter of fact, I'm here to tell you is positive thinking is not the answer, and it actually can make this situation worse. Have you ever heard that before? No, because it's something that I've discovered. I've discovered the very truth that I'm sharing with you, and I go into great detail in my book, which is why I became #1 bestseller. So, if positive thinking is not the answer, what's going on? Why? And what is the answer? What I discovered is I was working with a client who had a huge concern about something, and it happened to be her health. She was having pain within her abdomen, and she was worried. She was a high-level, powerful corporate executive, CEO of a company, had a lot of stress, pressure, things going on, but she became concerned. So she said to me, Janet, I took all the seminars, I read all the books, I watched all the YouTube videos, I know all about positive thinking, so I'm doing these positive affirmations before I go to bed at night to help me with this challenge. And I said to her, what are you saying? And she said, well, I lay there at night and I say, I choose a positive thought. And I say, I'm healthy. I'm healthy. I'm healthy. She wasn't having positive energy. She was conjuring a positive thought, but she was giving off an energy of fear. So do not try to think positively about something that you are concerned about, like what's going on in the world. Do not, because you're forcing more of that energy of fear out there from you, within you, and out there, and it's going to create more situation in your life and around the world for fear. So what I teach instead, which again, I go in incredible detail, not only in my book, but in my coaching program. I work with people in groups and one-on-one, and I teach them very important tools. One of them is to learn how to climb the ladder. Imagine that you're on a ladder, and you're on a very low rung of a ladder because you're filled with fear, anger, anxiety, frustration, right? You cannot leap to the top rung of a ladder and just think positively and be a bliss in one leap. If you try to leap to the top rung of a ladder, you're going to fall off the ladder and break your leg. What we want to do is climb the ladder gradually. You want to get a good handle and have solid footing with thoughts that feel better, because that's what feeds your energy and that's what creates your reality. You no longer have to be victim of the reality around you. I'm teaching you how to have the power within you to create a better reality. Do you want to keep looking at your reality and suffering with what you've already created? Or do you want to be the creator of a new and better reality? I am sure the answer is yes. You may be a little bit reluctant to completely believe that you can do that. And that's why, and I'm going to mention it again at the end, we're going to give to you free access to me live with our free trial of our live Stressless Success Masterclass. Nathan, what's it called?
Stressless Success Monthly Masterclass.
Thank you. I was given a new name, and it was this brilliant. Free access to our live Stressless Success Monthly Masterclass. It's a group of amazing, brilliant, like-minded, motivated people that get online on Zoom. And if you can't be there live, we record it for you, we send it to you, talking about how they're using the very tools through their Stressless Success shift to create a more successful life. So we're gonna give that to you free. And also, I'm gonna mention again at the end that we've got the minds, the brilliant decision makers have decided to increase the scholarship funding for personal one-on-one coaching. So we actually even have that now for 50% off the already reduced price through scholarship. Stick with me through the end of this video and I'll explain all that. But let me help you climb the ladder right now on what's going on. And we're going to erase coronavirus stress. Let's look at this. First of all, let's look at the statistics. I talked about this last time. Statistics keep changing. Right now, there's about 300,000 people around the world that have been infected with the virus. 14,000 people approximately have lost their lives because of the virus. Right? That's not good. But let's put it in perspective. Every year, the World Health Organization has stated that 3 to 5 million people get the flu every year. We're right now about 300,000 in the whole world with the coronavirus. 3 to 5 million is a far greater number. They get the common flu every single year. And 250,000 to 500,000 pass away every year because of complications from the flu. We're talking 250,000 to 500,000 people die every year from influenza. We're only at 300,000 people that have been infected, and 80% of the people have recovered from this coronavirus. So again, we're still at the low rung of the ladder, but we're just now getting a perspective. Getting a perspective to give us solid footing and a handle to begin to climb the ladder. What else is happening? Brilliant researchers and scientists from around the world are putting their heads together to come up with a solution for the virus. As a matter of fact, they already are looking at 20 to 30 existing medications that they're finding may be helping people survive the virus. Not to mention that the World Health Organization, again, I'm not diminishing the seriousness of this. Yes, it's highly contagious. And yes, the fatality rate is concerning. But even the World Health Organization has stated that 80% of the people that contract this have very mild symptoms and they recover within 2 weeks. And those that have even more serious experience with it, which are the only ones you're hearing about in the news, by the way, did you ever notice there's like a handful of people they're talking about that they explain what it was like to have the virus? Okay, it's a handful. Anyway, those recover within 6 weeks. So again, it's very, very small percentage that are having these more serious concerns. So we're putting it in perspective. But what's amazing is these researchers from all around the world are already finding solutions. They are testing and discovering that current medications for other health challenges are already helpful for dealing with us. China's already coming out of it. They're closing the temporary hospitals that they developed. They already are opening their economy again. Apple stores are reopening all across China. So within a few months, right? So again, we're climbing the ladder. Things are hopeful. Things are getting better. It's just a matter of a few months of the situation. But what else can we do to feel better? Just feel better about what's happening. What are some good things that are coming out of this? Number one, Nathan and I were talking. More people are more aware of their personal hygiene, right? Even me, I wash my hands 100 times a day and now I'm doing it 200 times a day, right? But even with more aggressive cleansing agents. We use hydrogen peroxide in our household, which is natural form instead of bleach. But just things like that we're being more aware of. And I'm wiping off doorknobs and handles and just being careful. If we do go out for any reason, when we come back in, we make sure we wash our hands before we walk into the house. So things like that. But people are also becoming more aware of being healthier. The issue with the virus are people with a compromised immune system. You have the power to create a stronger immune system. And therefore, you are in the category of being the ones that even if you develop the illness, your immune system is strong enough to learn how to fight it. So being your healthiest is important, and that's what I'm going to go into detail in my next video. So stay tuned in a few days. But what else? Nathan mentioned gas prices are lower than ever. That's amazing. The problem is nobody's going anywhere, but we're saving money on gas prices. Also, people are spending more time at home and with their family at home. What else can you be doing? You can be doing things like things around the house that you've been wanting to do that you haven't been able to do. And many of you have complained to me in the past that your job is in the way. You're too busy at work and you're so stressed out and overwhelmed because you're driving to work an hour every day and there's so much to go on and work is so stressful. Well, isn't this situation putting that into perspective? Hopefully many of you will appreciate your job more and the people you work with more and your customers more when you do get back to work, right? That drive to work is not that bad when you're facing what we're dealing with right now. So it's putting us into perspective too on our overall life. And all of you that said, you don't have time to sleep, you don't have time to eat healthy, you don't have time to work out because work is in the way and you're so busy. Well, now you have time. There is no excuse anymore for you to take good care of yourself, to get rest, to drink fresh water, to move your body, get outside and breathe fresh air. Yes, get in Mother Nature because that raises and elevates your energy. You have the opportunity now to focus on your spiritual life, whatever that means for you. Grow, elevate, expand. Take the opportunity now, because if you can do it during times of challenge, then you definitely can do it when times are good. So think of how powerful you're going to be when everything turns around here in just a few weeks or months. You have also the opportunity right now to plan your financial future. Plan on investments, right? So many people that were like, oh, the stock market went way up and I didn't get a chance to get in. Well, now you have a chance to get in at sale prices. So you might have the money right now, but just make a plan now. Now, instead of crying later that you didn't save the money now early on and build financial stability and future for yourself, now make a plan. Every week, instead of paying, what do we think people spend on Starbucks every month? A lot. Easily. $50 a month, whatever you're spending on more, $100, whatever, on soda pop, on cigarettes, on whatever you're spending your money on recklessly, put that money aside. Plan in the future. You're going to put the money aside and invest and invest and invest in whatever you want to invest, whether it's stock market, bonds, gold and silver, whatever it is, property, create that, make a plan. So we are going to offer for you free time with me to help you create a life of stressless success. I'm going to put you on the plan to make the shift. I call it the stressless success shift live with me for free. Okay, we're going to do the next live group stressless success monthly masterclass live group session for you this Friday. We're going to send out this newsletter exactly the time, how to get on. It's just a Zoom call. You click on your computer or on your phone, or you can call in. We'll record it for you. Free opportunity for you to access #1 best-selling author and success expert by joining us. We will have the link here below on how to join up. And also, I want you to know, any of you that were thinking and planning to get one-on-one personal private coaching from me, the powers that be are offering 50% off. This is 2 layers of scholarships for you from the personal client coaching, right? We already had a scholarship that was active in the month of March, bringing it down $3,000. They've agreed to double that, and now it's $3,000, even less. These prices have never been seen before and never will be seen again. If you're considering getting private coaching with me to live a more successful life going forward, gain your power back, gain the momentum, get the tools that you need to live a better life. I've discovered them. They're powerful. I'm utilizing them and seeing great results for me and my clients. Get on now, please. We will even postpone the payments for you until you're back to work and the economy's turning around. Thank you for joining me. I want the best for you. Everything I share is based on scientific research and is proven for you to live a better life starting right now. Have a wonderful day. I love you.